So like she says, when somebody sits on death row and there's no real means of executing them, that is dehumanizing to that person. Basically, she is saying that if the state can't settle on a means of execution, the jury shouldn't sentence Kohberger to death. Interesting, but by no means a novel argument. The judge said that he would take it under advisement, decide later. I'm joined now by Dave Aronberg, State Attorney for Palm Beach County in Florida. Sir, when has the death penalty ever been humanizing?
It's a good question, Ashleigh. So this is the new argument. I've never heard this before. We want to make sure that Bryan Kohberger has his full self-esteem before he goes to the death penalty, right? This is like making sure he gets a participate. Right? Yeah. So maybe if he loses his case, we can give him a participation trophy. Maybe that'll raise his self-esteem, make him feel better about himself. This is a sure loser. The judge would have ruled against her today, but didn't want to embarrass her in front of the media and the world. So he's taken an advisement, which means I'll issue my ruling a couple weeks later so it doesn't embarrass you to your face. It has no chance of happening.
Well, I like her.
If there was
Look,
oh, yeah,
this is a stinker. This case is a stinker, right? And she's amazing. I have never seen so many filings with so many like reaches and Hail Marys, but she's finding them all. And God bless her, because a lot of lawyers won't do that. Here's the question I have for you, though. With this argument, isn't it the norm for anybody in America, except Timothy McVeigh, pretty much to be on death row for about 2 decades? When all the appeals are exhausted, they finally get executed. Like, isn't that just the norm? You wait until your death day and then you're dead man walking.
Exactly. Remember, what the jury will decide is whether he lives or dies, not the method of execution. That's up to the state, and the state has 2 methods: lethal injection or the firing squad. Both are constitutional because both are in other states. There are 5 states that have the firing squad. There are many states, including Florida here where I am, that have lethal injection. So these are novel arguments. They're not going to succeed, but she's trying like any good defense lawyer should.
I also like the fact that she talked about death-qualified jurors. Whoa, those are different animals. They tend to convict more in the guilt-innocent phase. And I'm like, well, then what do you want? Do you not want death-qualified jurors on a death penalty decision? You can't have it both ways. Hey, I wish I could go into that, but I'm short on time. So I'm going to ask you back, because I always love the topic of death-qualifying people. I find that to be so macabre, but so fascinating. Thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Ashleigh.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.